What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Welcome back. Today we are talking about the president of Sony visiting Bungie. And this is really close to me because 4 weeks ago I said that Bungie has an issue with accountability. And every single time something goes wrong, Bungie blames somebody else. And it's crazy to hear that the president of Sony is also calling Bungie out for lacking the skills and accountability. In this video, I'm not going to bash Bungie. I'm not going to bash the president of Sony, but I just have some concerns about the future of Destiny 2 and Bungie. So without any further ado, bro, sis, let's get into the juice, baby. In the article, the president of Sony basically goes on a visit to Bungie. And he mentions that Bungie has some good developers who know what they're talking about when it comes to live service, but their business practices are kind of lacking. That's basically what the article was about. And then the article goes on to express the deal that Bungie and Sony have. So if Bungie doesn't act right, Sony has all rights, according to the contract, to take over Bungie. Sony wants to work closely with Bungie to see if they can get their business skills up, and to see if we can finally get more content on time and less delayed content. Because in the past couple of years, we've been getting delayed expansions. I heard this from Cross. He reminded us that Marathon also got delayed. So it's not just Destiny 2 and this expansion, it's also Marathon as well. After letting this article digest, I realized how bad Sony, and when I say bad, I'm talking about the good bad. Sony is bad at business. If you want to be good at business, you may want to see what Sony is doing, because this looks like a power move if I haven't seen one in the past couple of years, man. I am not really good at business, so this idea that I have in my head could be, way wrong. But I believe that Sony predicted that Bungie was going to fail, or at least they weren't going to hit their projected sales. Whatever that number was, Sony knew that they weren't going to touch it. Bungie didn't. I don't know what they were thinking, man. I don't know what they were thinking. Your employees are telling you, hey, your ship is sinking. And your community is telling you, hey, your ship is sinking. This is what I've been telling everyone for a long time. Bungie has been money hungry. They're blinded by the green. Bungie doesn't see the sinking ship. All they see is the loss of money. How can we get money? Oh, let's sign this bad contract, and now we have all this money. I tell this to my stepchildren all the time. If you can't save $1, how are you going to save $1 million? Bungie, if you can't save $1, how are you gonna save $1 million? If you can't spend $1 effectively, how are you going to spend $1 million effectively? I honestly don't know how you feel about Sony taking over Bungie, or Bungie succeeding. Like, where do people want this contract to go? I honestly haven't heard people's thoughts on this. Sony, I haven't had a lot of time with them. I owned a PlayStation for maybe a year or two when I was streaming, but I recently gave my PS5 to my stepson, so I've just been playing on my PC. I know they make good games. So if they acquire Bungie, we know we're going to get some good games, because the president already knows that they have some talented employees. They already know that they know that this talent is being mismanaged. And now they're probably thinking of strategies already, thinking of games that Bungie can make. I don't know what they're planning, but they probably have some bomb games that they want Bungie to work on. I don't think Sony would want to get rid of Destiny. They'll probably put a stop to Marathon because Marathon has no type of staying power like Destiny. Like, Sony probably knows that if they make a Destiny 3, woo, they gonna be rolling in cash for a couple of years. They already know that, and they're like, yo, we got the money for Destiny 3, so we don't need that management there. Let's get them out of there so we can finally give the community what they want, and that is a Destiny 3. That would be crazy. I don't know if Bungie's management is capable of learning that they're bad at business and they need to be better, because the other point that the president made was they need to be better at delivering on what they say they're going to do. Like, if you're going to tell me you're going to be here, you need to be here on the day and time you said you were going to be here. And it's time to call them out and say, hey, we understand that you're having trouble, but this trouble is not going to be solved by pointing fingers at people. Like, let's talk about this and finally get some answers to your troubles. Like, we can work together if you make us feel like we're a part of what's going on. One thing that I dislike is living life without learning. Not learning from your mistakes. Yes, we are going to make mistakes. Some of us are going to make the same mistake over and over and over again. But my hope for the people making the mistakes over and over and over again is that they wake up and see that, hey, I don't need to make this mistake anymore. I can do something about it and learn from the mistake and start to be better and stronger and smarter. So I always try to learn from my mistakes. I always try to make mistakes because making mistakes is a great way to learn. I'm always thinking about, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? And growing is so beautiful in life, man. And I just wish that everyone could grow and be better than they were yesterday. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one, baby. Peace and one love.